Now find the critical values needed to find a confidence interval when we're using the student t-distribution. That's used for confidence intervals of the population mean when the population standard deviation is unknown, basically meaning we're using the sample standard deviation. From exercises 6 and 8 from page 328, the two items that we need is sample size as well as confidence level. And for the confidence level, we're going to do the same thing that we did before. We're going to find alpha, which is the leftovers. So leftover of 90% is 10%. Leftover of 95% is 5%. And for each of these, we're going to have to go ahead and split those in half. Now we don't have to take the complement here because for the student t-distribution, when that comes up, that's going to be set up for the area to the right. So we're going to be able to enter those in as is. The other information that we need for the student t-distribution is the degrees of freedom, and the degrees of freedom is just one less than the sample size. So 61 minus 1 is 60, 205 minus 1 is 204. Now we're ready to head over into StatDisk, analysis, probability distribution, student t-distribution. So degrees of freedom, we had 60 for exercise 6, and the area to the right, 0.05, hit evaluate, and the table for the t-values goes out 3 place values. So that's how I'm going to round off here, 1.67, and then that rounds up to 1 there. For the next one, we've got to change our degrees of freedom to 204, and our area to the right is 0.025, and that gives us a critical value of 1.972 after rounding. It's going to be similar for the Chi Sqr distribution, which is what we use for confidence intervals of the population standard deviation or population variance. We're going to need the same two things that we needed for the student t-distribution, degrees of freedom, which is 1 less than the sample size. And we're going to need alpha, which is the complement of the confidence level, so it's the leftovers. And for the chi-square distribution, since it's not a symmetric distribution, we're going to need both a left and a right critical value, and both of them are based off of the alpha over 2, so we'll take those to get alpha over 2, and since this in StatDisk is also going to want the area to the right, we are going to go ahead and need the complement of each of these. And now we have what we're going to need to take into StatDisk to get each of these critical values. So analysis, probability distribution, chi-squared. And for number 6, we've got 36 degrees of freedom. And for our right critical value, we're going to put in the 0.025. And those tables also go out 3 decimal places, so that's how I will round this. And then to get the left critical value, we're going to have to put in that other value there, 0.975. Hit evaluate. And that one is 21.336. Same thing for the next one. Put in our degrees of freedom, 152. I'll do the left one first. And we get 110.846. And then for the right, we get 206.57 after rounding.